Max Verstappen crushed Lando Norris's dreams of being champion at the Brazilian Grand Prix. And now McLaren wants everyone to believe that it's always been about the constructors' title for them. The thing is, people aren't buying it. Here's what they said. More often than not, a team's main priority will be to win the Constructors' Championship. But the fact that McLaren tried to play down their Drivers' Championship aspirations right after losing in Brazil rubbed people the wrong way. The Woking-based team entered the São Paulo Grand Prix eyeing a shot at a championship double, with Lando Norris still holding an outside chance against Max Verstappen. Yet despite bending over backwards to help Lando Norris climb the standings, he came up short. Even after starting from pole, Norris slid back to a sixth-place finish, while Verstappen stormed from 17th on the grid to victory, leaving Norris's slim title hopes all but dashed. With a stunning comeback, Verstappen has stretched his lead over Norris to 62 points, setting up the Dutch driver to potentially clinch the title in Las Vegas. Stella was quick to commend rivals Red Bull in Brazil, where Max Verstappen's commanding win dampened Lando Norris's championship aspirations. While McLaren might have had reason to feel disappointed with how the day unfolded, Stella maintained a calm and collected demeanour, focusing on the positives from a challenging race. The first thing I would like to say is to congratulate Max for one of the best victories in his career. It was very impressive from where he started, a great drive and also great pace, because he moved up the field thanks to the pace. Also, thanks to making the brave decision in the situation with the red flag of not stopping and staying out on tyres that were relatively worn at the time. This played to the advantage of Max and advantage of Alpine, and even Alpine deserved definitely congratulations for a double podium finish. According to Stella, McLaren's efforts to support Norris in his chase of Verstappen have never taken precedence over their primary focus, securing the Constructors' Championship. He told media, "In terms of the Constructors' Championship, I don't think it changes anything because it was always our priority. Even when there was a call to be made to support one driver or the other, it was always secondary to actually maximising the Constructors' Championship." McLaren CEO Zak Brown is also paying no mind to the drivers' title race. Instead, he is thrilled to see McLaren rise to the top of the Constructors' Championship in Formula One. The American is savouring both the team's success and the intense competitiveness of motorsport's elite series. He even describes this season as more exciting than the thrilling 2021 title battle between Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. In an interview with the Associated Press, Brown shared his thoughts on the current year. "I think this is the best season I can think of ever in Formula One since I've been here. 2021 was mega exciting, but it's just two good guys. Now you've got four good teams in today's race. To have four teams that can win any weekend, and Sergio Perez was obviously back on form today, 8 drivers going into Singapore, and we're going, I don't know which of these 4 teams might win. I don't know which of these 8 drivers might win. I can't recall Formula One having that level of competitiveness." Red Bull senior advisor Helmut Marko has taken a swipe at Lando Norris, claiming that the São Paulo Grand Prix revealed who the real champion is. Never one to hold back, he suggested that Verstappen's performance solidified his status as the true champion, especially after overcoming recent controversies. The 81-year-old shared his thoughts with De Telegraph. "All this nonsense that has been spread and then this. Max was flying, he was faultless, and we couldn't say that about Lando Norris. Whether this is a giant step toward the title? No, I think this is the title. Here you could see who the real champion is." Andrea Stella predicts that Ferrari may hold the edge in Las Vegas later this month, yet he expects the MCL 38 to thrive on the circuits in Qatar and Abu Dhabi, which better align with its strengths. "Now, clearly, we will have to analyse the points," the Italian continued. "Mathematically, we are still in the championship. I haven't looked at the classification, I hope I'm not wrong, but it shouldn't be the case. I think for Lando and for Oscar Piastri, we will try and go to the next races trying to win the races. I think the last 2 venues should be quite good. Vegas will be potentially more of a Ferrari track. We will see. But all to play for, and the Constructors' Championship remains and has always been our priority." Despite what could have seemed like a setback on paper, with Ferrari bagging 2 wins followed by a victory for Verstappen, Stella remained focused on the bigger picture. He was quick to highlight the impressive achievements McLaren has already racked up this season. "Since we have delivered lap time to the car in Miami, McLaren have outscored by far every other competitor. The amount of points we scored, not necessarily because we had the best car, because we only had the best car at a few events, not all. It's because the team and the drivers operated at very high standards, and we take these high standards as a positive, and as a foundation to keep building. Stella has dismissed the idea that Norris's slip-ups during 2 restarts at Interlagos were a result of him cracking under pressure, emphatic in his rejection of any such speculation. When it comes to the Drivers' Championship, I don't think for Lando there was any particular pressure, he reasoned. To be honest, we were enjoying this quest. Sometimes from the outside it may come across like, oh, there was an error there. It's just when you lock the tyres with a car we had today, I'm not looking at the drivers. I'm looking at why the car keeps locking the tyres in conditions like this. So I don't think pressure was a significant factor at all. McLaren maintains that the setbacks derailing Lando Norris's race at the São Paulo Grand Prix were due to the unpredictable nature of their Formula One car. Norris's troubles began when he was overtaken by George Russell at the start, and both drivers were left frustrated after pitting on lap 29, just before a red flag disrupted the race. After conceding positions to Verstappen and the 2 Alpines, Norris ran wide on the restart at turn 4, surrendering the spot he had regained from Russell. But his troubles didn't stop there. On the next restart, Norris was caught off guard at turn 1, allowing Ferrari's Charles Leclerc to slip past. Andrea Stella defended Norris, attributing the errors to the MCL38's challenging handling in the damp conditions, which he believes played a big role in the missteps. If I look at Lando himself, the main things to review are to do with his going off track, which cost us positions, Stella told media. We did struggle with both drivers. So while we talk about drivers, I think we as a team have to acknowledge that we didn't give the drivers easy material today to handle in these difficult conditions. So I'm sure the drivers will say, I could have done better here or there. But also we as a team have to acknowledge that our car in these conditions was difficult, tricky, and sometimes just unpredictable. At the moment, we take the positives from a championship points point of view. And definitely we take also several situations in which we could have done better. We have to look, for instance, at the start. Did we start as good as we could? Did we have maybe too much wheel spin? Something to be seen. But, like always, we will review in a very constructive way. Stella revealed that McLaren plans to analyse the lockups that affected both Norris and Piastri, but his initial assessment points to the car being the main culprit, rather than the driver's performance. Regarding the MCL38's front locking, he said, that will definitely be something that we are looking into. It seems to appear in some conditions. I can't really comment, I will give away some IP, but it's a little unpredictable, and for drivers it's also difficult to make adaptations from one lap to the other. It comes just unpredictably, and I would say this is a technical opportunity for the team, rather than something that the drivers need to look into themselves. Despite Norris's mishaps effectively ending his slim title hopes, Stella took solace in the fact that both of his drivers managed to finish the race without sustaining any damage. First of all, I judge it with the fact that the message to both drivers was, let's finish the race, Stella added. We need to finish the race because in races like this, it's easy to have a problem which actually takes you out of the race and is a DNF, and is 0 points. Considering what we are fighting for at the moment, this is what we wanted to avoid, and I want to praise the fact that both drivers achieved this objective. What are your thoughts on this? Does Andrea Stella's claim sound genuine to you, or is he just trying to soften the blow with excuses? Tell us what you think in the comments section down below. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thanks for watching.